Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco 3. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to today's episode where we're taking on Celta Vigo B and Cordoba, a team that actually gave us a good run from money for a league title a few years ago. Since you guys were last here, we've made no more additions to the squad and no one else has left the squad actually as well. There were quite a few comments though about Randy Schneider trying to bring him back to the club because Alcorcon got relegated. There were two reasons why I didn't bid for him. One, he was too expensive, both in terms of actual transfer fee and in terms of contract. And number two, he has no interest in coming to us at all. Even though we're in a better division right now, he's got no interest. So it was never going to happen, unfortunately. Maybe one day in the future, though, when we get a bit better, he might want to join us. Anyway, since you were last here, we have played 3 league games, and those 3 league games have gone particularly well. A 2-0 victory over Cadiz with JD Meakin getting a goal on his debut. Raul Jr ensured we got a draw against Albacete, and then against Castellon, we got a 2-1 victory there with Timo Wolf scoring in the 90th minute. So yes, we have had a great start to the season. However, these teams are predicted to be absolutely nowhere this season. And actually the same sort of thing with Celta Vigo B and Cordoba. So we've got a very nice start to the season. We've got to try and take advantage of it. Obviously, we are predicted to be absolutely nowhere this season. But Castellon just ahead of us, Cordoba just ahead of us, Albacete just ahead of us. You've got Cadiz in 10th as well, and Celta Vigo B down in 22nd because they're not actually ranked because they're a B team. But basically, the start to the season that we're having is meant to be pretty easy. It's not like we're playing any of these top teams at all anytime soon. So I'm quite excited about this. If we can carry on some good form, take some momentum into the later stages of the start of the season, if you get what I'm trying to say, then we might have a really good season actually if we can just keep winning games. This is the team that hopefully is going to get the win today. We've got Dekene in goal as per usual, and that entire back line is all lone players. Zarate, Diego, Kahinde and Dio Garcia start in that back line. Shitigel starts in the CDM position today because Robbo has currently picked up an injury. Scott Marshall, and I'm really struggling to say this guy's name. It's the guy we got in on loan from Athletic Bilbao. John, that's pretty easy. Amororatu. I'm really struggling. So if I'm honest with you, I'm just, rather than panicking with that, I'm just going to set his nickname to John. That's his first name. We'll just call him John. So Scott Marshall and John start in the middle with Timo Wolf, Zubalaga and Raul Jr leading the line. So 4th game of the season kicking off. By this stage of the season, Raul Jr normally has about 5 or 6 goals. This season he's got 0 so far. He is struggling a little bit to score goals, and Timo Wolf struggling to score a goal there. Should have put it in the back of the net. Give Raul Jr a bit of time though, and he will start to score some goals. Of course, if he doesn't, we've got JD Meakin sitting on the bench, the young 16-year-old, ready to try and score some goals. He's already got one as a penalty, which is pretty good, but not from open play yet. I didn't show you a table because there's no point showing you a table this early on in the season, but actually we are sitting 6th right now as things stand in the current fixture. So that's pretty good for us at the start of the season. Obviously, I imagine we will start to drop down the table as the season goes on. Very similar to last season. We started off last season really well and then obviously dropped down the table as things went on. I imagine the same sort of thing will happen again as Zarate puts the ball into Raul Zubalaga, who puts it wide this time. We've had some really good chances so far. But at half-time it is 0-0. We seem to be the better of the two teams here today. Come on, boys, let's dig deep. Corner for us as Scott Marshall pops one into the middle. Raul Zubalaga's header is collected by the keeper. We keep getting those shots there or thereabouts. Just get a few more of them on target and we're going to get one in the back of the net as Dio Garcia gets it into Zubalaga. John, forward to Timo Wolf. Timo Wolf, come on, put this in the middle. He does. Zubalaga is there. Zubalaga finally gets one in the back of the net and we go 1-0 up. I think he got pretty lucky with the cross there, Timo Wolf, actually, I must say. I think it came off 1 or 2 players. I think, it just sort of went through everyone. It was great passing, actually. Maybe he wasn't lucky. It was a perfect pass across to Zubalaga. It just looked lucky because it looked like it got a small deflection on the slide challenge, but I don't think it did. It was a perfect pass through that defensive gap, straight to Zubalaga. Easy goal. You love to see it. There is a highlight straight from kickoff though as Celta Vigo look to get it forward, but Dekene clears the ball up towards Celta Vigo players and they come straight back at us, getting it into the area, and Dekene makes a great save. And given that we are picking up 3 points right now against Celta Vigo B, it puts us second in the table with a game in hand already because of an international break that happened as well. I mean, Barcelona B have got 2 games in hand and they could easily go ahead of us, but if we won our game in hand by a significant amount, we could actually go top of the table, which is pretty mad. I don't think we'll stay there because we aren't good enough to be staying there. But as I say, we have a relatively easy start to this season. And if we can capitalise on that, it's points in the bag early doors, which is very, very good. As the clock ticks down, I forgot to make substitutes because I'm too busy talking about the table, but at least we won the game 1-0. Raul Jr. on a 6.4. He's had a really poor start to the season, to the point where maybe it's time to let him drop to the sidelines for a few games. That was painful to say. That was really painful to say. I really struggled saying that. So a couple of days off until we play against Cordoba, who are not predicted to do very well this season. They are sitting 7th right now, so they have had a good start to the season. If we can just get a decent result against them, then our great start to the season continues and we're going to be in a great position. So any changes to the lineup needed? Yes, because Raul Jr is extremely tight. So he's going to come off for Casado, who hasn't played for our first team for a little while since he was on loan last season. I think he's played for a whole season or so in our first team. So Casado, looking for big things from you. Scott Marshall is looking tired, so we'll swap him with Cipollina, and we'll also swap Zarate with, down here, Ethan Brito. Cesar's got to come off the bench because he's a little bit tired, so Dominguez will come on the bench instead. And Raul Jr is going to swap with JD Meakin as well. So a few changes to the lineup. Hopefully it won't unsettle them too much, and hopefully we get a big win. So today could signify a big changing of the guard. If Raul Jr can't score goals as frequently as he used to, but Meakin can score goals, as he's nearly on possession right there, not quite getting the ball. If he can score goals, then that is the changing of the guard. And the very, very old 21-year-old Raul Jr, as we can see the goal, could be out. He could be out completely, replaced by a 16-year-old. Goal is going to VAR, though. Please disallow it. Goal has been disallowed for offside, apparently. Let's watch this back. Go on. Is it offside? Oh, he is just offside. It's because he was... Defenders were, I don't quite know how to explain it. Both the guy on the ball and the guy receiving the ball were offside, but because, how do I explain that? He was just too far forward. He was too far forward. That's what I'm trying to say. Either way, we got very lucky with the offside, I feel. Very, very unlucky because it was only inches in it, and it's because you just got a bit too pacey on the ball in front of his teammate who had the ball. I don't think I've explained it very well there. And why has that been so hard to explain? It is early in the morning when I'm recording this. I do apologise for my appearance. It's because I've just woken up. And I apologise for my voice as well. It's because I've just woken up. And I apologise for not explaining the offside rule there very well at all. I know what I'm trying to say in my head, but I just can't get the words out because it's early in the morning. Brito with a corner though. So obviously that shot from Meakin was tipped onto the bar, not actually him hitting the bar. So that was very unlucky for him as Timo Wolf gets the ball back forward, is brought down in the area. It's an excellent tackle. Oh, I thought we were going to win a penalty. Oh, you hate to see it. Early morning Tom is not like... I'm not really built for mornings, I must say. As John scores a great goal there. You love to see it. I've been trying to get into the NBA and the NHL this past week, which has resulted in a lot of late nights and has resulted in me being very tired in the mornings, which is probably not a great idea. I should probably just watch the highlights the next day or just record it and watch it the next day. But I like to watch it live, so that's why I'm tired. I'm enjoying the NBA more than the NHL right now. The NBA seems, I feel like I can get behind that a bit easier, maybe. I don't know. It seems a bit more easy to understand, at least, the NHL, the NBA. I'd see, this is how tired I am. Oh, and I've just been, like, trying to get my brain together. And I shouldn't be recording this early in the morning, really, should I? Or so soon after I've woke. It's not early. It's 11:30. It's just I've woken up half an hour ago. That's the issue. But Meeks gets his second goal there. Today, it's turning into a disaster, this one today, isn't it, really? I just can't get anything right. At least we're winning, which is fantastic. Barcelona B they've played their game and they're winning as well. So we're not going to go top of the table if we get another 2 goals in the second half. Let's make some changes. I'll remember to do that this time. Let's make some changes. I will remember to do that this episode. Let's make some... I'm laughing because this is the third time I've said it. I keep saying it wrong. Oh, I should not be recording right now. Let's make some changes. I'm laughing, or I was laughing, I'm not laughing anymore, because this is now the 4th time I've tried to say, let's make some changes, and I've somehow messed it up every single time. I need to just go back to bed, I think. But Dio Garcia, come off for Harry Gazzalucci. Andre Chitigel is going to come off for Scott Marshall, who can't really play there, but I think Kahinde can. So actually, let's cancel. Oh, no, undo everything. Okay, Kahinde go in for Chitigel. Chitigel off for Josho, and then who also is tired, Timo Wolf is tired, so no one can play there, can they? Unai Zabala might be able to. He can't. Okay, well, Timo Wolff's got to stay on the pitch then. In the meantime, the Cordoba keeper hoofs one up the pitch towards Juan Ibiza. What a great name that is. As Rodriguez gets it into Sands, Juan Ibiza back forward with one possession back, and John can't win it. So Cordoba do hold on to it still as they look to bring the ball forward and look to try and get across into the middle. The defence is tightly packed, and rather than let him get the crossing, we've given away a penalty. Not ideal. Ah, no penalty, it said. I'm not quite sure why it's no penalty, but no penalty. You love to see it. And as the clock ticks down, with 3 minutes to go, we've won this game. Fantastic stuff. Lincoln 2, Cordoba 0. A brilliant episode in terms of results. A terrible episode in terms of me talking. Oh, and Barcelona dropped points to Cadiz right at the end there. So, we end today's episode on 13 points level with Gijón and level with Barcelona B. That's pretty good going. Remember though, we have played some relatively easy games to start off the season, and the easy games actually continue. I don't think Eibar are predicted to do particularly well, neither are Real Oviedo. It's when we get into October, that's when we're going to start having a bit of trouble against teams like Almeria and Valencia and Leganés. But I think switching to the formation that we got promoted with a couple seasons ago has worked extremely well. Obviously, 5 games played, 4 wins, 1 draw is a great start, so I'm very happy with things. Next episode will come up against Extremar, I can't even pronounce their name, Extremadura, maybe that's how you say it, I don't know. We'll come back for them, but the most important one is obviously the La Patra derby against Sprayle Sporting Gijón. That'll be a good fun one to do next episode. Hopefully next time I'll be able to talk properly as well. I won't record quite so soon after waking up. That might be a bit better. I've also just noticed this as well. Manager of Eibar, a second division team in Spain, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I mean, he didn't last long at United. 2019 to 2019 in this version of the world. And actually, he's not had a job since then. 2026 Eibar is his first job since then. I mean, what, talk about a fall from grace. Either way, I'll let you know how he gets on against Solskjaer's Eibar next time out. Until next time, have a great day, evening, and whatever you're doing. And I'll see you soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.